Zillow. It is the #1 website and app to search houses and see how much your house is worth, and it literally drives me batty. I cannot tell you how many times I have had a seller tell me, I want to list my house for this much, and just enter some random amount because that's about how random the estimates are. Also, I have heard buyers say, I want to offer X amount of dollars and not a penny more because that's what the Zestimate says that this home is worth. Do you really believe everything that you read and see online? Please say no. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sunny and I am a realtor with Realty One Group Affinity in Jacksonville, North Carolina. And in today's video, we're going to talk about why those estimates are about as reliable as one of those people you get an email from saying that you want an inheritance from a long lost relative and all they need is your banking information. Zestimates. Where do they come from? Consumers love having the ability to be able to jump online and find the value of a home. And let's be honest, we all have become a society that needs something right now. So they look on Zillow because it's readily available, it's easy, it's fast, and let's face it, Zillow's platform actually looks pretty good too. For some unknown reason, these people take these numbers as a fact. But the cold hard truth, and what a lot of people have a hard time understanding, is that Zestimates are simply a dollar amount determined by an automated computer program. That's right, there is no actual person that is researching the homes. There are many factors that the computer does not know about on any given house that could cause the true value to be higher or lower than what it actually is. And I've got to tell you that most of the time, the true value is way different than what Zillow has predicted. But hold on, Zillow has started to get shady. Keep watching and I'll let you in on a little secret that Zillow doesn't want you to know about. Here's a great example. John sold his home. His Zestimate said his home was worth $1.75 million. His home actually sold for $1 million, which is way less than what his Zestimate said. Actually, almost 43% less than what his Zestimate said. Can you imagine how that made John feel? When you get done watching this video, I want you to do something, and you're probably going to be shocked. I want you to go to Zillow and put in your address and see what your Zestimate is. Then go to redfin.com and realtor.com and do the same thing. You are probably going to see different answers on each of the websites for the value of your home. Are any of them correct? Is one better than the other? Are they all wrong? Here's the problem. One of the things that Zillow and the other sites use to calculate the Zestimate is the tax assessed value on the home, and that can be found in the public records and easily accessed. Now, anyone can pull those records and get the same information. That's why they're called public records. The problem is the tax assessed value has nothing to do with the true market value. The assessments are determined by a local tax office and used as the basis for collecting property taxes. The tax assessed value is usually much different than the market value of your home. And if your public records are wrong, which sometimes they are, your Zestimate is almost guaranteed to be wrong too. For example, the square footage may be incorrect. The number of bathrooms may be incorrect in the public record. The public record may report that there's a fireplace and there actually isn't a fireplace. Just because the public records are used by Zillow and that is what it relies on for its Zestimate, doesn't mean it's necessarily correct. Just wait until I share the shady part. So how are you supposed to know what your home is really worth? Well, real estate agents and appraisers use comparables to determine a home's value. Sorry to break it to you, but appraisers don't use Zestimates to determine the home's value. A comparable is a similar home that has recently sold in the same area. Things such as square footage, the number of bathrooms, the number of garage spaces, the presence or absence of decks or fireplaces, as well as any upgrades are all taken into consideration. Has the kitchen or bathroom been upgraded? Well, unfortunately, Zillow has no way of knowing or factoring that in. Has a new bathroom been added? You guessed it. Zillow doesn't know about it. Unfortunately, all of these items add value to a home, but Zillow doesn't even know about them. Zillow and these other websites have a tendency to pull this information from homes that are much further away than the home that is being valued. This actually can skew the home's real value. Home values are local and can vary from one neighborhood to another, from one school district to another, from one zip code to another. Unfortunately, Zillow doesn't know all of the boundaries that make up for a home's value. And who wants to sell their house for less than it's actually worth? Not me. If your Zestimate is too low and you rely on it to list your home instead of a real person or a real estate agent to determine your home's value, you're going to sell your home for a lot less than what it should have been. Likewise, if your Zestimate is too high and you rely on it, you're actually not going to sell your home at all because buyers don't look at overpriced houses. So if you're thinking about selling your home and you're looking up your Zestimate right now, stop it. I have a story that I want to tell you. I had some sellers that contacted me about listing their home. I spent hours reviewing the comparables in the area that had sold or gone under contract or were for sale at that time. I shared and explained with them the real-time, most up-to-date information that I had with those sellers. I also suggested a list price and what they could expect to sell their home for. Well, they looked at me in belief and were silent. They really didn't have anything to say because what I had just told them was not what they wanted to hear because they had been watching their Zestimate on Zillow. Zillow had actually told them that their house was worth considerably more than I had just told them. So their trust value in me was not where it should have been. So I said, okay, let's list the house at your Zestimate price for a week. Let's give it a try. Do you know what happened in that week? The house was not shown one single time, not once. So, as planned, we readjusted the price to the researched amount that we had discussed previously, and guess what happened? The house started to get shown continually, and it quickly went under contract and sold. Here's something else you probably didn't know. Zillow uses and applies the same formula regardless of where a home is located. It could be in California or right here in North Carolina. Do you honestly think that the same formula can be applied and accurate everywhere? Of course not. So here is the shady part I told you about earlier, and I see this happen over and over and over again. So your house has a Zestimate. The house goes on the market and the list price is very, very different from the Zestimate. Guess what happens next? The Zestimate suddenly changes to the list price or very, very close to the list price. Yes, guys, Zillow updates it almost immediately. So what happened to the original Zestimate? Was it wrong? Zillow, of course, is going to tell you that it is based on metrics, data, and other excuses. In reality, it is because Zillow doesn't know anything about houses, and it bases its valuation on real people that have actually been in the house, and then they copy it once the house goes on the market. Ultimately, these estimates can't be trusted as being accurate. When you're buying or selling, do yourself a favor and trust a real person who knows the real estate market, someone who knows the neighborhoods and the surrounding areas. If you want an idea of what your home could sell for, give me a call or send me an email, and I'll do the work, and there's never any cost or obligation. Also, make sure you stay up to date with the latest community and market information by hitting that subscribe button and the little notification bell. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.